Hello, günaydin, assassinates, and that's about as much Turkish as you're going to get from me. Thank you for joining us today at the Gastroeconomic Summit. Hunger Games. If you are operating restaurants, you're in the business of winning the Hunger Games. Remember the movie? The Hunger Games is what we're about. What I'm going to speak to you about today is the future of dining. Right? That's a big thing to do. I'll do my best to talk to you about what we think is the future of eating out. Our firm, Keane, is a 25-year-old business, UK, Dubai, Bangkok. And what we do is we create concepts. We create F&B concepts. We design F&B concepts. I'm not a designer, but what I am is a consultant. We master plan. We do the food and beverage strategy for large mixed-use developments. These are the kind of people we work with. We work with all of the major hotel groups. I've just realized this is the center of the stage, right? You see, I was standing over there. We work with all the major hotel groups. We work with developers, a lot of the time in the Middle East, and much of the time in Dubai and in Saudi Arabia. Just an example of one project in Saudi Arabia called Amala, which is a mixed-use development, 25 hotels, and about 100 food and beverage venues. You may know this one from Formula One in Abu Dhabi, Yas Island, which we master planned the strategy for the food and beverage on that island. And this strange image on the screen is Neom in the Saudi Arabia. This is the futuristic city, which within 10 years, maybe less, will have 9 million people. No cars, all of the infrastructure underground. This is real. You've seen it in the press and you think, yeah, that's some crazy idea they're doing in the Middle East. This is happening, we are building it, and it's very much a vision of the future, and the future of Saudi Arabia as well, which is a country that is going through rapid change and almost reinventing itself in so many ways. What our job is there is to help them work out how much food and beverage they need, how many restaurants, how many bars, how many cafes that they need, and we run models to work that out. Because what we do is try and work out how you will behave. Because yesterday you ate 3 times. Today you'll probably eat 3 times. Tomorrow you'll eat 3 times. You take up 1.5 meters. You sit in the chair for an hour. So we, our mathematics team, can work out how much space is needed. We can't guess. We can work out the GLA, how much square meters of F&B you need for these mega developments.
Contemporary cities couldn't cope with growth.
Have a look at this.
The contemporary city needs a full redesign. What if we removed cars? What if we got rid of streets? What if we innovated in the public space? What if we built around nature instead of over it? What if everything you needed was always a 5-minute walk away? What if invisible technology generates carefree and open urban space? What if sustainability was not a goal, but a given? What if we replaced outdated urban services with new services driven by artificial intelligence? What if we built the line? A 170-kilometer revolution in urban living. Protecting the Earth's most stunning nature while creating unmatched livability. A home to all of us. Welcome to the line.
170-kilometer long city, one long line, 9 million people, and very real. This is something that is striking in what they're doing in this country. For us to be able to, for me to be able to think about the future, I often look to the past to work out how our restaurant business got to where we are now. Because, you know, guessing the future 10 years ago was quite easy, right? Coffee shops, cloud kitchens, healthy eating. It was easy. Now, Metaverse, AI, it's a very different thing now, and we have to stop and think about it. If you go back over 250 years. The French Revolution created restaurants, right? When the rich people had their heads removed, the people in the kitchens had to find a job. They created restaurants. That's where the word comes from, remember? So that was 250 years ago. What followed that was a series of things that changed the restaurant world from the middle class, from working women to pop music, pop culture, paid holidays, travel, immigration. I come from London. London without immigration, without immigrants, would be terrible. The restaurants would have been terrible. And the Italians, the Indians, the Chinese saved London food. Without them, I can't imagine what it would have been like. And then in the 80s, along came McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, the US formulas, franchising models, which have lasted 60, 70 years now. Urbanization was a key feature. I've seen Istanbul change in 30 years because of this urbanization. And I've seen your restaurant market change really significantly in the last few years. Mall developments. What about the future? Drones. We're working now on Neon Mountain, where the drones will deliver the food. It's a mountain. We have to move the food around. It will be by drones. Will we see the end of manual labor? Great, right? As long as we don't lose too many jobs. But robots can do this. Robots are doing this already in restaurants. So AI is beginning to come in. The Metaverse, which I'll talk about in a moment, what is that? You put a headset on, you go somewhere else. In the style of Avatar, right? You're going somewhere else. When or how do you eat? I think the next generation that will come, that will follow us, will be in the Metaverse. So do they still eat out in a restaurant? I don't know. We need to find out, right? And it could be that instead of eating out, scarily, you pop a pill. It's possible. It is the future. It is a scary future for us old-fashioned restaurant guys, but it's a future we have to think about. Because the pandemic, which we've spoken about today, accelerated the future, right? Dark kitchens, cloud kitchens, delivery. Any one of you for the last 2 years can get food wherever you want, whenever you want, however you want, right? And yet we're expected to sit in a restaurant, be given a menu within 4 walls and told that's all you can have when the chef is ready for you. The whole concept of casual dining, I think, is in distress. I'm worried about casual dining. High end, no problem. The rich will always dine. Quick service, no problem. Delivery will save them. That bit in the middle, I'm personally worried about because I know my children and the children that will follow them not interested in casual dining. They want it straight away, immediate, right? Not sat within a wall with a menu. Old school. Scary, right? The Metaverse is going to transform everything we do in the future. And I don't know, is that how we'll eat in the future? Will it be simulated in that way? Will there be a probe in your mind that says you are eating a fillet steak? Will you pop a tablet that says that was a piece of salmon that you just ate? It's very real and very frightening. And we, as concept creators, are beginning to wonder, how does this work in what we do for a living? And this, incredibly, was last week, because the fundamental thing about a computer, about AI, is you can't taste it, right? But last week, a Japanese scientist invented this machine where you, looks great, right? Where you can taste what is in your mind at that time. So suddenly, he says, you don't need to go to a restaurant, because I can give you the taste of that hummus, of that any dish that you want. I can give you that taste using this machine. Ugly, scary, right? One vision of the future that we are seeing is experience dining, okay? People want experiences when they go out. They're finished with just eating. You don't eat out because you're hungry. You eat out now because you want an experience you'll share with your Instagram, right? And this is a great example of it. Have a look at this. Sublimotion in Ibiza, Spain. So cool. That's so cool. Okay, it's $1,500 per diner, and they only have 15 people at each sitting, so it's the ultra-high net worth people they target. But that's a sheer experience, right? That takes it to another dimension. Right? This isn't having an old, dry pizza in an American-style restaurant. That's the future of dining, guys. Who's that behind me? Anyone know who that guy is? I did this before, and someone said, it's you, which was very sweet. This guy, each of you have it in your pocket. Alexander Graham Bell, the telephone. He invented the telephone 120 years ago. And this guy was ambitious, but I wonder, you're restaurateurs, and you're ambitious, right? This guy's ambition, when he invented the telephone, was that one day, this is what he said, there'll be a telephone in every city, right? So my point is, aim high. Even the greatest inventor that ever was thought there would be one telephone per city for the whole of Istanbul, right? Aim high. Listen to what I've said today. The future is extraordinary, and this generation, not me, I'm going to finish soon, this generation in this room has to take it forward and do something very special with it. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.